What's going on, everybody? My name is NoSignal, and today I want to show you how you can make teleports on DayZ. This works for consoles, whether you're on PlayStation, whether you're on Xbox, or if you're on PC, like I am, because look, I've got mods. This works no matter what version of DayZ you're playing. And how does it work? Well, I've got a teleport pod here, so all I'm going to do is get in. I'm going to log out, and then I'm going to log back in. And just like that, my character's been moved because it thinks I'm in a dangerous area. Amazing! Let me show you how we do it. Okay, so first of all, we're going to need to open the DayZ editor. If you don't have the DayZ editor, this is going to be slightly more difficult, but there is other ways to do it. I'm going to show you this way because it's easy to do, it's fairly quick, and this is how I personally do it. This may be a fairly long video, but I want to show you properly. I want to show you exactly how you would do it. So I'm gonna load up the DayZ editor. For that, you're going to need the community framework and DayZ editor, obviously. Now I'm having Dab's framework test and the experimental version because I want to just make sure I get the best version of the editor. There was a time when certain things weren't working, and this fixed it. So cheers, Dabs. Anyway, we're going to load it up, and I'll see you in just a sec. Okay, so we need to pick the map that we want to use. I'm using Chernarus, so I'm just going to load up the Chernarus map. And here we are in the DayZ editor. So what this tool basically does is it's a standalone version of DayZ, which you can play. You can like go around if you want to, but it's primarily for building. So if you've ever seen anyone placing custom objects in the world, such as I don't know, let's have a look at this. Look, I can place things down. Look how cool this is. You can place things down, you can save it, you can load that into your console server, PC server, whatever, and people can enjoy it. It's pretty good, it's pretty useful, but we're going to use it today to sort out teleports. So let's, for the sake of argument, say we want to teleport from Electro. So Electro's down here. I'm going to quickly teleport down there, and the way you can quickly teleport is by pressing M on the keyboard and then pressing the middle mouse button where you want to teleport, and then just pressing M again, and your camera will be in Electro. Amazing. So let's say, for example, this bus stop here. Okay, this is a pretty good spot to do it. What we're going to want to do first is decide where you want people to stand, because you have to be quite specific with where you want people to stand. You can change the radius in which the teleport is triggered, but if you're doing a teleport hub, I've got a predefined file which is I'll leave in the description, which will basically help you in deciding where you're going to place these spots. So I would recommend placing something fairly small. So a gift box is probably the best one to do. So do gift box small 1. So I'm just going to put the gift box just here on the right hand side. We now need to decide where that's going to take us. So for that, I would use gift box 2 for your second location. So let's say I want to teleport from here, and I want it to take us all the way to where should we go? Somewhere completely different. Let's go up north somewhere. Let's go to somewhere up here. That'll do. We want it to take us to this cool little building here. Okay, so you're just going to place down the gift box. Okay, so location 1 is gift small box 1. That's where you go to teleport, and gift box small 2 is where it will take you. Cool. So we're going to want to select those two in the editor. We're going to go File, Export, and Export to Object Spawner. I'm going to call this Test Tut, something like that. And then we do Export Selected Only. So if you have multiple things here and you only want to select those things, you just click this, Export Selected Only, and only these two items will be exported to the JSON file. Cool. We can close out of DayZ Editor because we no longer need that. So now we're going to need to open the JSON file, and where you'll find that is if you go to your Documents folder, go to DayZ Editor, that's going to have all of the JSON files that you have exported. So I'm going to open test tut, and I've already created here. So we'll do this split to the right. So this is my template. Okay. This here is it's an imaginary box, let's say, which is 2 meters by 1.5 by 2. So that's your X, your Y, and your Z axes. So it's 2 meters, 2 meters, and then it goes up by 1.5 meters. So as long as someone stands within this imaginary square, they will get teleported. Okay, so there are a few things that we're going to need to change. Here is where the box is located. So we know from what we selected earlier that give small box 1 is where the box was. So we're just going to copy and paste that. And where we want to go, our safe positions, is the destination. So we just copy and paste small 2 and we replace this. Now you may have to do a little backspace here and there. Now the area name, call that whatever you want. I think it has to be unique. I'm not sure if it will work if you have area names that conflict with each other. But I always recommend just doing something unique. So in the log files, when someone does get teleported, you know where they've teleported from. So I'm just going to call this Electro to Church. It wasn't really a church, was it? It was more of an electrical building, but let's just say Electro to Church. Save that. I'm going to save it on my desktop as tutorial.json. And then you're going to want to upload that to your Nitrado server or wherever your custom folder is if you're running on PC. I use FileZilla for my PlayStation server. So you'd go into DayZ PS missions or DayZ XB missions if it's Xbox, or even just DayZ Offline missions, I believe it's called, on PC. Pick the server that you want. Mine's Chinaris, obviously, and then we're going to go to custom. Now, if you're on PC and you don't have a custom folder, just make one. It's not going to hurt anything. Make a custom folder and then drag your newly created folder into here. Your newly created JSON into here, sorry. So, what did I call it? Tutorial, I believe. Tutorial.json. So I'm going to whack that into there. And that's now gone over. Awesome. So we're going to go back and we're going to open something called cfggameplay.json. And here you'll see, I can actually probably close this one down now. We'll just get rid of it. You'll see lots of different lots of different options for you to change. One that you may not have is this playerRestrictedAreaFiles, and that's going to be in the WorldsData section. So I'll leave a little template in the description. But all we're going to do is make sure this line is here with the opening brackets and the closing brackets as well. And then in between, we're just going to add in ./custom/ and then whatever you named your file. Mine was tutorial.json. Now doing the ./ is quite important. If you do just /custom or just custom, it can work sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't. So you're going to want to just do that. That makes sure that it's using the root directory, with the dot. Make sure that you're in the root directory, and it's then looking in the custom folder. Okay, so then we're just going to press OK on that. Press yes on that. And one thing you are going to want to make sure of as well is on your Nitrado server or your PC that you have CFG gameplay enabled. So if you go to the General tab on Nitrado, all of these settings appear here. We're going to want enable CFG gameplay. Where is it? I've got a lot of people in my ban list. Don't worry about that. Enable cfggameplay.json. So you make sure that's yellow. Save changes, and this will work. If you're using a PC server, I'm currently hosting mine on my own with Omega Manager. You can go to the server config file, server configuration, and then you basically add this in here, enable CFG gameplay file, make that one. The way you do that on Omega Manager is scroll down to where it says custom variable. Just type enable CFG gameplay, do it as a one, add variable, save changes. And that's how you do it for PC. So here I am. I'm using my PC server as a test for this one. But we're just going to go over to the area that we placed the box. We're going to go to exit the server. And then we're going to join the server once again. And with any luck, this will take us to that little electrical box / church area. And it has. Here we are. We've now teleported. We're now up north, exactly where we placed the box. Now, you can get quite creative with this. You could make a teleport hub. You don't have to use bus stops and predefined buildings. You can make something that you actually want people to use. What I did on mine is I also made it so the area that you teleport to is also a way that you can teleport back. And the way you would do that, because by default right now, if I was to go here and I'd log out and then log back in, I would stay here. Because I haven't set up a secondary, like the way back. So what you would do is you would go to... So what you would do is you would make a second version of this. So let's call it Electro to Church Return, for example. All you would do is then swap these out. So I'm going to paste that down there just for a second. I'm going to move that to there. And then I'm going to move that to there. You would then upload that. You would then do your cfggameplay.json with the second one that you've created. And then when you log out in this location, it will take you back to that bus stop. And I hope you can see that you can actually get quite creative with this and you can do some pretty awesome things. I created a teleport hub network, so there's 6 locations across the map, which means there are 12 teleport files that I've created. So you've got the teleport hub to the locations and then the locations back to the teleport hub. If you found this video helpful, please leave me a like, leave me a comment, and if you want to, hit subscribe. You don't have to. I don't see the benefit of subscribing, but if you want to support the channel, please do so. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.